He recently said he wants to experience playing with LeBron, which is more likely, by the way. He gets shipped to the Bucks for Giannis in the next 30 hours plus, or he finds a way to team up with LeBron before he retires. If you got to guess, Boog, what are you saying?
Me personally, I don't think they're able to make this move for Giannis.
You don't?
Me personally, I mean,
Okay.
I look at the trade package that they're offering, and if I'm Milwaukee, I'm not really biting on that. I mean, you get a return of Pods, you get Kuminga, who they've basically destroyed his value. I mean, it's just not really a favorable package. So, me personally, I think this is all, just in case it does happen. This is how I feel, but I don't really see it happening. So
LeBron, he might play with LeBron then.
I can see him, at some point in his career trying to team up with LeBron. I mean, but
they don't have a lot of time left.
Yeah, I don't see this trade happening for the Warriors with what they have to offer.
Okay. Hey, you know what? Sam Amick will be on in a little bit, because there was the sound that came out between both Draymond and Steve Kerr yesterday. I thought it was like they were reminiscing about good times, as if something's already been sort of dealt behind the scenes. And Steve Kerr also said that someday Draymond Green will have a statue outside the building. For those of us who think he's been a dirty player sometimes, there are a lot of cool options for that statue. That being said, Lou, does that mean Steph and Clay automatics too, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think Steph Curry is going to be the first person in NBA history to have two statues outside of an arena, because I think you put up a statue with the three of those guys because they've made a ton of history as a collective, and Steph Curry, being the global superstar that he is, deserves one as an individual as well. I'm making that case for him right here, right now. I think he's the first person in NBA history to get two separate statues outside of an arena.
So wait, so you're saying one is like a trio?
One is a trio.
And then one's him alone.
Yeah, I don't see them doing three individual statues for those guys. I think you do one to memorialize all of those guys and what they've been able to do for the Golden State Warriors, being four-time champions. They did that as a group. They did that as a unit. And I think Steph Curry on his own, what he's been able to do, how he changed basketball and how kids around the world and even the league plays basketball at this point, he deserves two as well. So I can see that happening for sure.
I can see the Clay and Steph statues. I can visualize them. What position pose are we doing with
Dre out?
But what's he doing? Let's pick one. We've got options. We've got stomps. We've got punches. We've got chokes. Which one are you? If it was you, come on. I think it could be fun.
If it was me, I got Dre with the ball, waving somebody down to go set a pin down screen for Steph Curry because he's running the offense most of the time. That's my pick.
No, I don't like. That's boring.
I know. you want to kick.
Yeah, I chose violence today, guys. Let's.
Nothing wrong with it.
Do coaches get statues?
Do what? Coaches get statues? Well, Red Auerbach's on the Coach of the Year trophy. I just learned that recently, by the way.
I don't think so, but
you don't think so?
I don't think so. But what you trying to get at?
Well, Pop gets one if they're doing Coach.
I mean, I was just asking, do coach? I mean, because when we think about this
do
group,
you think Steve Kerr should get a statue?
Hell yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. That's why I'm asking.
Is he in the trio statue or he gets his own?
Yeah.
Because this is turning into a
We talk about the trio, and I mean, when I think about this group, I think of Steve Kerr as well.
We're talking a lot of statues, y'all.
So many statues.
We're
talking a lot of championships.
It's actually a good, if you put the trio in one statue, then you can put Steve Kerr.
I don't think coaches really get statues.
Yeah, that's really what I was asking.
I can't think of one. So
right.
No one's telling you.
He deserves one, but I don't think that's a thing.
Does
for
KD
coaches.
get one there?
I think so. 2 times.
So is he in his own
MVP.
statue? Like, come on.
I think the group gets. I think all.
So that whole team.
Yes, I think KD, Draymond, Steph, and Clay all get a statue, and I was wondering if Steve is a part of that. I don't know.
I think the big three get statues, and I think all 5 of those guys' names go up in the rafters.
Oh, that's without a doubt.
That's for real.
Yeah, but statues is a different.
So 2 Finals MVPs for a team don't get you a statue?
I'm not saying he's not deserving it. I'm only making the case for the statues because I feel like the guys that were there, the guys that were drafted there.
He was there.
And the guys that were drafted there. And
I kind of get what you're saying, Lou.
It's very rare for the guys that you go out and draft that you bring you back for a championship.
I agree.
Which is why
for
Draymond.
that, I think those are the guys that get statues. But KD, that 35 definitely goes up.
Yeah, because I believe, unless I'm wrong, Steph and Draymond are the two longest tenured same team dudes active right now in the league, and that was partly what he was talking about yesterday, which made me feel like he knows he's being traded. I'm telling you, there was something in the way he answered these questions yesterday that.
And it's not. I love the fact.
Or it could just be the end because they know they can't make a move.
Yeah, and I love the fact that everybody is at peace with whatever happens.
That's what was really cool about it.
How can you not be with as much, as much accomplishments that you've had? I mean, how can you not be?
They've made their history.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
In the offer to the Bucks for Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Warriors have come and told him this respectfully. That has enabled him and his representation to investigate the possibility, if he is traded, that he could be moved on from Milwaukee, and you have some teams that would be interested. One of the teams that would be on the list would be the LA Lakers. But again, that is if he gets traded and if the Lakers find a deal. I still think the Bucks are going to keep him, but I also know that a lot can change in the last 24 hours of the deadline.
Let's just live in a world where this might happen, Iman Shumpert. LeBron, Luka, Austin Reeves, and Draymond Green. What could that team do in the Western Conference playoffs?
I think it helps you a lot. I think that Draymond brings a certain mentality. I think that he brings a lot on the defensive end. And I think the communication and bringing guys together. You got ball domination in Luka Doncic, and then you have ball domination with LeBron. But as we saw with how he did things in Golden State, if there are a lot of different players that need to get the ball in different ways, Draymond Green can also be one of those willing passers that keeps everybody happy. Yes, he has his antics, but I'm sure LeBron could get him to keep that together.
Yeah, look, I love it, frankly. We know those guys are great friends. We've seen them traveling all over Europe together and all that kind of stuff on Instagram, so we'll see how that goes. All right, Wendy, Memphis, we talked about it. They trade away Jaren Jackson Jr. Obviously, they're starting all over again. What does this mean for Ja Morant?
So these two trades, Desmond Bane last summer and the trade with Jaren Jackson yesterday, brought 7 future first-round picks and over $300 million in salary savings for the Grizzlies. That means that they can really lower what they're going to want for Ja Morant. Right now, Ja Morant is available for a song on the market. Basically, you could even probably send bad contracts or bad salary to Memphis as long as you threw them an asset to take it. This is an opportunity to steal Ja Morant. Is there a team out there that feels the price is buy low enough that they would go and give this guy an opportunity to redo where his career is at? There are going to be some teams, probably some teams that are in bad need of talent who will consider it.
Iman Shumpert, Ja Morant is 26 years old. The talent is inarguable, right? How incredibly good he is and the trajectory he seemed to be on at one point. We've all seen what's happened since then. What do you think his future looks like? Could he recapture all the glory that at one point seemed clearly to be headed his way?
Without a doubt. I think that everything for Ja Morant is about being healthy and clearing his head, getting in a new situation where both sides are happy. I think when we see Ja Morant fully submerged in what we call this game of basketball, man, he loves the game. He's a high-energy guy. He's yelling after plays. He's doing celebrations. The kids love it. The fans love it. He is one of those guys. He just had a hiccup off the floor. It's time for him to grow a little bit just off the floor and focus on basketball. If he does that, any team that picks Ja Morant up, you'd be a fool to not think that he can help your ball club. It's just you don't need any distractions, and you don't want anything to happen to your locker room, especially if you already have a good locker room presence. But Ja Morant can help a lot of ball clubs right now.
3 years ago, I was hosting the NBA with Desmond Bane and Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson. It looked like Memphis was the team on the come, and obviously now it all comes apart and everything circles back. Wendy, let's finish with Giannis. You are very good at sort of reading all the moves that are getting made to sort of figure out what it all adds up to. Do the things that have to go in place for our Giannis trade to take place, are they happening as we speak?
The Miami Heat and Minnesota Timberwolves are very much trying to make side deals to improve their offers that they could make Milwaukee in the last day of the deadline. The Warriors have put everything they can on the table, and they have let their players like Draymond Green know that they could be moved in this trade. It is now comes down to the Bucks, and really I believe Bucks ownership. Is Bucks ownership ready to move on from this franchise player? Or do they want to give it one more run? Can they get a draft pick that could help change the situation? Could they find a trade in the summer? That's where I think that's where the ball's in their court.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on all of it, obviously, all day long. Guys, awesome this morning. Thank you very